All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol GNUS, Genius Brands International Inc. Before I jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. Hope you guys find this video helpful and informative. And to all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So, Genius Brand, as I spoke about this weekend, it has had a very bearish run, and it reached highs of about $11 and some change, and we're way down here at right now closing price of 118. And from that point forward, this has been falling. The second highest peak was $4.33, and from that point forward, it's been falling to newer lows and kind of hanging out sideways. But it slightly broke through $1 earlier in the month, and it hit close to 95 cents. That's the lowest that we've seen this stock reached after that bullish run and been falling in a bearish trend for a couple months now. And it rose up, it reached 135, it dipped again, hit lows here of about 103, and quickly rose up to 149. And we had a resistance level that the bulls needed to break through, which was 138 today, and they broke through support, and this is slightly hanging out above the 50-day moving average at 118. So support slightly changed, and we're going to narrow down here, and then we're going to also talk about this broad and see what is important. So right now, 138, I'd write that down. That's a very important resistance level to be broken through by the bulls, but we're going to move this to its new location, and 138 is not as important right now in a narrowed down sector of this. So another thing too, Genius Brands International Inc. right now is in a battle between the bulls and the bears. This is going to be a true tug of war because we're really close to the 50-day moving average, and everything is pretty sideways and tight here. So if this resistance is broken through, does not mean that the bulls have gained control. They need to get further away from it and further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction and break through 138 to start to say, okay, there's some momentum here. The bulls are having a recovery and they can start to work their way up and they're starting to gain control. If this support gets broken through, though, the bears are definitely signifying that they have reached the point of gaining leverage, and all they need to do by 1 cent or even half a cent to the hundreds place or thousands place, break through the 50-day moving average and take this down to newer lows and get it deeper into bearish territory. So we're going to look at our resistance levels and new support levels for tomorrow. So the 50-day moving average is 116. Very important number. As long as the bulls stay above that, that's great for them, but they need to break through the resistance level that I'm going to talk about in just a second to pull further away from this number 116. The moment this gets crossed and we're below it, the bears are starting to gain control. So here we are with our resistance level, and that is the highest point that was reached after falling into a bearish trend and recovering slightly at 123. Very important number because that was one of the important highs here and one of these bearish candlesticks on its way down. If 123 does not get broken through, the bulls can be on their way to losing control by default because this 50-day 50-day moving average will start to catch up to the price. Now, 123 again needs to be broken through by the bulls to move further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. It's very, very important that 123 is broken through by the bulls. They can't just kind of hang out. They need to break through it, turn it into support, start to work their way up, and obviously their next goal would be 138, and that would also signify the direction of where this is going in an upward direction and moving further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward trend, getting deeper into bullish territory and further away in an upward direction. Now, we have what the bears want, and the bears are going to want to break through support. Support is literally to the thousands place, probably 1690, and our 50-day moving average is probably $1.1650. I mean, literally by thousands place or hundreds place, that's the distance between the 50-day moving average and our support. So if support gets broken through after closing on 118, that is 116. That is literally not that far from our 50-day moving average. So if support gets broken through, I want to emphasize how important it is to pay close attention to how this stock behaves, what is going on if it breaks through it. Are the bears tearing this down fairly quickly, or are the bulls trying to reappear and bring this one back up? Obviously, if this breaks through it, we're in bearish territory. I'm not signifying that the bears completely destroyed the chart, because the bulls can reappear and bring this up, but they're going to have to cross the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory, and most importantly, break through 123, which is going to be twice as hard now to get that leverage, to get up there and get that momentum to break through it, turn 123 into a support, and then they can start to work their way up to newer highs. But I just want to emphasize the support level at 116 is very close. It's literally our 50-day moving average, and it's so important to pay very close attention to what is going on and what is the behavior of the stock. Put your 1-minute chart, 5-minute, and 15-minute chart to see who is dominating in the candlesticks. Are they red by the bears bringing it down, or are they green by the bulls trying to have a recovery? And this tug of war is going to be very interesting for tomorrow. We're going to see how this plays out. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. But don't forget to click on the bell. By clicking on the bell, you are turning on all notifications to not miss a single video, and you'll get all your up-to-date chart analysis that I post directly notified to you, so you don't miss a single one. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button and let me know you watched this video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. I highly suggest you click on it and don't miss out on the information. Very vital information where I talk about how the Federal Reserve is pumping the market, right? And it's on scheduled dates. So those specific dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets, and I go based off of the S&P 500. Why the S&P 500? I know that we have the Dow, I know that we have the NASDAQ, but the S&P 500 has the Fortune 500 companies in it, and most of the blue chip stocks of America that are pretty stable or slightly growing companies that are on their way to success and so forth. I mean, also in the S&P 500, there's a lot of turbulence, so I'm not saying that everything's successful, but the S&P 500 has most of America's blue chip stocks and stable companies that have been around for quite some time, or even some new innovative companies that are growing. So check that out, because in that video, I talk about how on the dates of the Federal Reserve pumps, these companies are rising per share. I know it's not a lot when I say it, but think about it. Per share, 30 cents to $3, and maybe even more. But I've personally seen 30 cents to $3 per share rise on the dates of these pumps. And that right there is profit. As I always say, profits are profits. I know it may not sound like a lot, but per share, it adds up. Obviously, you have to do your due diligence and research by analyzing the ticker symbols and the S&P 500 side by side to see if they're reacting alike, and if it seems like a company you want to participate in, and go ahead and give it a try. But I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten every investor on something that many people aren't talking about, or they're just overlooking it and unaware of it. And I'm just here to share this great news that there's an opportunity to make profits. It doesn't guarantee profits. And again, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the great news that there is an opportunity to make profits based off of your due diligence, your research, and as investors, you guys will be able to rationalize if that's a company you want to jump in on, or if you even want to participate on this opportunity, or just watch from the sidelines and go ahead and see if your picks actually work out. And if it does, obviously there's another pump the next week, and you can give it a shot there. But again, I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten you guys, because I want to help as many investors and viewers as possible so we can all maximize profits, minimize losses, and go ahead and make some money, right? So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.